My project was over mutations in the genetic code, specifically of humans. My driving questions were, what are the exact causes of the genetic code? What stage of development is a genetic code recognizable? How do mutations in the genetic code occur or come about throughout development and after birth? What are some of the more common and uncommon genetic mutations? And how can some of these mutations be prevented or at least put off so that the following generation does not experience the same mutation? So the first driving question, which was what are the exact causes of the genetic code? The genetic code is caused, quote unquote, by DNA, which starts at conception. What stage of development is the genetic code recognizable? It is recognizable from conception within the womb. Specifically when the gametes fuse and chromosomes from the two parents pair together. How do mutations in the genetic code occur? Mutations in the genetic code occur through changes in the actual amino acid and also from inheritance from a parent. Some of the more common and uncommon mutations. There are a total of 46 chromosomes in the human body. In the male, there are the last two are either X and Y or X and X, I believe. One X and X, I believe, is female, and X and Y is male. And number 5, how can some of these mutations be prevented or at least put off so that the following generation does not experience the same mutation? My hypothesis to answer it, which this is the first that came to mind beyond what they're doing nowadays using radiation and whatnot to get rid of it, these mutations could be, quote-unquote, weeded out by using the Punnett square whenever humans decide to reproduce. However, this is forcing couples to reproduce, and so can never really be accomplished, as this is a perversion of and destruction of civil rights. And these are my works cited.
Can these causes and effects and your solutions be applied to anything besides humans?
Yes, they can, actually. My idea to finish it using the Punnett square is actually used in animals today. It's used to get the best animals for food and just overall best.
What are some of the most common mutations in humans?
Okay, in each of the 46 chromosomes can house thousands of individual mutations. They have been recorded in millions of mutations. Some of these are maybe ones that form breast cancer, meaning BARC, and just other cancers as well.
Are there any other solutions for weeding out these mutations that are not draconic deprivations of human rights?
Well, I was not able to stumble across any other than what I mentioned earlier, being using radiation to just blip them out. But I'm positive that it will be possible to get rid of them. However, as of now, I do not believe we have something like that.
Why did you choose mutations?
I chose mutations because it interested me and because they're everywhere. I mean, there was a study taken last year, 2012. It used almost 200 people from around the globe, and they were all fit and healthy, and it showed that they each had hundreds, many more than were previous thought mutations that were inactive in the human body type. So while there might be 1 or 2 active, there are actually thousands of more in your body. That could be anything from breast cancer to just anything.
Is mutations like this, do they occur in food? Like, is it any way tied in with genetically modified food?
I did not stumble across that. My concern was more on getting it out of the human, although it most likely, there's probably something in it because plants and animals do have a genetic sequence, and there will be mutations in them.
Okay, so I've said that if a person has too few chromosomes or too many chromosomes, this can lead to severe birth defects.
Yes, such as Down syndrome, one extra or one less.
Exactly. And so if you use radiation to delete these mutations, couldn't you end up severely harming that said person?
I am positive that it is possible, which, through the weeding out, however, the idea behind it, as it is just an idea, it is too barbaric, really, and a deprivation of human rights, to actually work it out, unless, of course, something goes wrong in civilized humanity as we know it. But you are correct, it could harm the chromosomes, unfortunately.